If you ever worry about what people think about you, this video is for you. Because by the end of it, you're going to see how actually nobody has any power over you whatsoever. And that really, you are way more powerful than you might realize. And stick around to the very end of this video because I have an amazing gift to offer anyone who's watching my content at the moment. Especially if you've been watching a few of my videos, you might find this really, really exciting. So stick around and we'll get there at the end. And so I've been asking myself this question. What are you afraid of in terms of actually being 100% your most authentic self out there in the world? Just ask yourself this, what would it feel like? What are you afraid of would happen if you were completely just yourself, presenting yourself to the world as you are on a public stage particularly? How would that feel? Because for me, what the fears that I've had in coming out onto YouTube and sharing these messages with everyone have often been connected to my past. So I was afraid that I would be judged to share this kind of spiritual content because I'm from a very non-spiritual background. Like, my family absolutely don't believe in anything whatsoever to do with spirituality. And so I have this fear in me that people are going to judge me to be like a religious wacko, or like just completely delusional, or just an idiot, basically. But then when you dig deeper and you look at these fears, what's actually going on? Because all of this fear, all of these voices, even though they may sound like they're coming from someone else, maybe you hear other people's voices, like family members or friends, people who might criticize you in life, even though they might have these voices, ultimately it's in your mind, it's your voice. These fears, ultimately the voices of these words that hurt you, they're your words. And so when we look at that and we recognize that, we've got to see, okay, well, where are these words coming from within us? And ultimately, when I looked at this for myself, it was a case of, well, they're coming from places within myself where I still judge myself. These are unhealed parts of me where I've not fully stepped into the truth of what I really am. So even though, I may know very well what I am in a spiritual sense, there's still these deeper parts of me that aren't fully incorporated into that truth. There's still parts of me that hold judgment. There's still parts of me that hold this kind of this perception of that I'm not good enough or that I'm unworthy. You see, these parts can still be there in a very deep sense. And so we recognize that when we are worried about what other people think, it's all happening internally and it's not about other people whatsoever. And we can look at this in two parts. The first part is the fear of what other people think. So when we're worried about something that hasn't happened yet, when we're fearful of what other people might think about us, what's actually happening is that we are imagining the situation to be real. In the act of fearing it, we're creating the illusion within us that this is already happening. So if you're fearing that people are going to say that you're not good enough, or you're an idiot, or you're just not worthy of anything good in your life, whatever the fear is that you worry people are going to say about you or think about you, then ultimately you are making it into a reality in that moment. It's like it's already happening. So that fear of unworthiness is creating the feeling of unworthiness within you, and you're believing it to be true. And when you are feeling that feeling of unworthiness, which is what it's all about, how you feel ultimately, then you are actually creating that vibration within you and you're projecting that into the world. And that feeling of unworthiness, of not being good enough, of whatever it is you're afraid people think about you, you're projecting that into the world, and it's blocking you from your highest potential. It's blocking you from your highest timeline, and ultimately, it's creating a mirror in the external reality to reflect back at you. Because that's what you're going to receive, what you believe to be true. Whatever you experience on the outside is going to be aligned with what you believe to be true. So even in the process of it not having, the fear not being actualized, just in the idea of you fearing it and imagining it to be true, you're actually embodying that belief within you. And the important thing to recognize is that it's all about how we feel. Like, the thing we're actually afraid of is how we feel. We're afraid to feel bad. That's what the fear is ultimately coming from. It's a fear of the feeling of feeling unworthy or feeling not good enough. That's what we're actually afraid of. It's not what other people say. It's the feeling that comes from what other people say. And so the second part to this is that if you think about the worst case scenario, okay, people actually say something to you, okay? So it's not just a fear anymore, it's actually happened. If you go into that, the worst case scenario, people have said the thing you're afraid of, or they've acted in a way which symbolizes that. So in some way or another, you get the message from other people that they don't think you are good enough, they don't think you are worthy, they think you're an idiot, or a nut, or whatever it is. Whatever word that you have in your head about what you're afraid people might think about you. Well, it's important to remember that these words don't have any power in themselves. The only way that these words have power is if you agree with them. If you agree with the words that someone else says, then you take on the feeling which you're afraid of. You take on that feeling of unworthiness, you take on that feeling that you're not good enough. And that's the thing we're trying to avoid. But if people say something to you which has harmful intent, but you don't agree with it, you don't agree that you're unworthy, you don't agree that you're not good enough, you think you're awesome, and you think you're powerful, and you know that you're a creative wonder, then suddenly these words have absolutely no power over you whatsoever. They can't touch you because you don't agree with them, so you don't actually take on the feeling of harm that the words are meant to intend. So in that sense, there's no power that is outside of you. All of the power remains within you. And ultimately, it's going to come down to what you believe to be true about yourself. And here's the really amazing bit. You get to choose what you believe to be true about yourself. You can simply decide, I am awesome. I am a creative powerhouse. I am amazing at whatever it is that you want to be amazing at, but not even just that. You're amazing just because you're you. You can decide these things, and all you need to do is try it on. Like, try it on. Just try on the idea that you all are all of these things that you want to be right now already. Just play with it in your mind. Start to feel it in your body. And you start to realize that you can be anything you want to be. It's all about what you decide is true. That's an incredible amount of power. Because whatever you decide to be true about yourself is then going to be reflected on the outside world. That truth that you decide within yourself about yourself is going to be mirrored in your external reality. So whatever it is that you start to play with about who you are and what you are, make it a good thing. align it with the truth of what you really are. And just try it on, play with it. And the more you do this, the more you become accustomed to just thinking that way and feeling that way. Because you don't need to prove to yourself that you are anything more. Right now, in this present moment, your past is irrelevant. You just need to decide now what you want to be and embrace it fully within you, because that is the power you have, not just to decide who you are, but also how the world sees you. Because the world will only value you the way you value you. It's got to come from the inside out. But that's why you are such a powerful being, because you have the power not only to change your inside world, but your outside world as well, just through the power of your decision. This is when we enter a whole different mode of reality. When we start to live with that understanding, that's when we really start to claim our power. And it's from that point of view you really start to realize that you really can do anything you want. You really can. Anything that you're really dreaming of, anything that your heart is pulling you towards, it's there for you. Your desires are there on purpose. If they're there and they're within you, it's because it already exists for you. And all you actually need to do is just to decide that that's who you are. The person who has that reality. And with that shift of identity, you shift your entire reality. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. And as promised, a little gift that I wanted to share with you is that in the run-up to the end of 2025, I'm actually opening up a very limited amount of free single sessions to work with me. So if you want to have a super powerful end to your year and you want to break through and really step into the next level for yourself, this is an incredible offer, and these are going to be 60-minute sessions, and I really want to make some super powerful shifts as a way to give back to this beautiful community that I'm now part of. And yeah, just to say thank you and to offer people a really amazing, powerful end to the year and beginning of 2026. So these slots are only going to be open until the 9th of December, so another week from when I post this video. So if you want to work with me, if you want to make a big, powerful shift in a breakthrough session with me, drop me an email. My email is russell@russellangelo.com. You can see it in my bio. And yeah, just drop me an email and put breakthrough as a title so I know what you're talking about. And yeah, get in touch with me. I'm really excited to work with more of you. And yeah, it's going to be great. I really can't wait to meet more of you in a call. And yeah, let's see what magic we can make together. So thanks for watching, guys. And if that's not for you, then I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. And I hope if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to the channel for more of this type of content and more of this type of energy. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.